a while, but you'll get there eventually. And that got them a lot more even and consistent slices than I ever could. It might take me a little while and a little bit of strength, but it's also a lot safer because I'm not trying to grip a knife. All right, so this is the last little bit of the whole onion. I'll demonstrate. You do have to whack it though, but it did take a little bit longer than your average person cutting an onion normally, but I think this is a lot safer because you're not touching any knives, any sharp objects, any blades. Now I'm gonna keep the same blade on here because this is the size that I want the celery and the carrots, and they are pre-chopped into sticks because they were for dipping into hummus last night, but now we're going to use them for our bolognese. So I'm going to do 1 stick of celery and see if I need to chop it in half or not, or if it will dice because it's a little bit softer than an onion. So I still have to whack it. All right, now I know. But you do have to have the strength to be able to whack it like that. And you won't hurt yourself. I'm not pinching anything here. There's enough separation here to be able to grip it. Look, I can show you the other way as well. Is you can grip it on this side if you have the grip. Here, open it like that, put something in here, close it like that, and if you're stronger going this way rather than over here, then that's an option too. And I'm not going to pinch myself over here because there's enough separation. Even if I whack it down, I won't pinch my thumb here. I can still grip it and it'll be fine. The carrots are already cut quite small, so let's see how difficult or easy it is to chop a carrot. Yeah, with this one, just like all the other veggies so far, soft or hard, you're gonna have to probably whack it. You can't just slowly squish. You have to whack it down. Yeah, so maybe a little bit harder than celery, but if you got the strength to do celery, the carrot isn't too much harder. Yeah. It isn't exponentially more difficult than an onion or than celery. I'm actually going to turn it around because I find it easier to whack it when it's over here rather than over here. Plus, I don't find it moving around too much because I've got a tea towel underneath the cutting board. I've got a cutting board, and it also has these silicone mats underneath to stop it from jiggling too much. I feel like I'm getting faster and faster as I get the hang of it. So that's good to know that, you know, there's just that learning curve in the beginning, and then it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it to go a lot faster and faster. Look at that. They're pretty even and way tinier and consistent than I could ever do with a big knife or a little knife. I would be too afraid of cutting myself if I were to try and make anything this small. So no matter what attachment or size chopper you use, it's going to be the same motion of putting something in here and then whacking the lid down, and that's how it's going to chop. So that's the same. So now I'm going to use one of these attachments to show how to slice something. I'm gonna use it not as a slicer to thinly slice something, but to grate the garlic. So I just grated the garlic, and it looks like it all kind of collected right here at the bottom. It didn't fall in like I hoped. Okay, so what I've done is put this attachment back on, the fine dicer back on, and I'm gonna see what happens and what it looks like when I chop the garlic instead of grating it, because that's how I thought I would get the best results. But let's see if it cuts it or chops it small enough or fine enough that it would be just as good. So let's see what happens. And it cut it pretty small, I would say. I'll ask my mom if she thinks that's small enough, you know, if it's just as good as grating, but I would say that's pretty small. All right, overall, I think this is a fabulous device for anyone actually who wants a hassle-free chopping experience or slicing experience, because everything is caught in this container at the end. I think it keeps everything contained and compact. It's a pretty small device. I think the fact that everything lands in here and doesn't go flying is amazing. There are so many different sizes in terms of chopping and slicing. I think the safety aspect of it for somebody with a disability or physical limitation is great. I think it would have taken me that long, if not longer, to slice everything or dice everything that finely. And I don't think I would have gotten anywhere near as even or as consistent of a chop as I did with this device. Or